Let me just double check and make sure. Yes, it is receiving. Alright, kids and cadets. Let's keep this short and snappy as we do a little something else. You are an inspection agency. Your primary job is to make sure that a vessel is not in immediate risk of exploding, and that it is suited for salvagers who essentially take apart old decrepit ships, because who knows what's out there in space. Ships sometimes just return empty, devoid, or the crew is like, yeah, we're gonna quit. You can have this. Not all salvagers, of course, take the ship apart. Some just sell them on. Because sometimes all it needs is a little love and a smooch in the right places. This time, a vessel has drifted into your local system. It's not a very densely populated system, which is why you're the only people around to do this kind of inspection stuff. The vessel refused to respond. There are no known living crew aboard, so it's really just a matter of putting a flag in it, making sure the reactor isn't going to explode, none of the automated armaments are still on, and, well, no biohazard leaks or anything. You have to make sure that when you sell it as is, you know the as-is conditions, to some extent. As your vessel makes the approach on this fine vessel, drifting in between two planets due to a slightly askew drift jump, your ship notifies you that there are several airlocks you could potentially use to enter the vessel, or you could try to dock inside one of the airlocks that is designed for it. There are 2 airlocks on the ship that you can enter, directly. They're over here, and this one over here. The second one appears to be locked and not responding to opening requests. Beep, beep, beep. Whereas the other one is very much open, and you can see the atmospheric shielding that will allow you to drift inside and take a parking space. There is also airlock terminals located at the front of the ship and near the engines, as well as this large crew section.
Okay. Oh.
As I mentioned, your job is to make sure that the whole place isn't about to blow up and isn't filled with toxic death gas.
So,
both very good things to find out when you're buying something secondhand.
So, do we just fly in, or do we try to hack our way in?
Well, one of the doors is, open. Probably don't need to, bust our way in. We can just get in normally.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we know, there's nothing wrong with this place. It's just abandoned.
How would there be anything wrong with this fine vessel?
Yeah. Why would anything go wrong in Call of Cthulhu?
I mean, the fun thing of being a scavenger is that inspector ships rarely ever suffer any of the things that cause other ships to go completely empty, so you just get to enjoy seeing what it looks like if it does happen.
Okay. So who amongst us is the captain?
That'd be probably Mr. Navigator.
El Navigatoire. Nice.
Yeah.
Alright then, since you're all set up, what do you do? Who you can just go and land. You don't have to, you're all friends here.
Assumedly we've been doing this at least a couple of times beforehand.
Yeah.
So, Francis, do we go in through the open door, or do you want me to hack one of the doors open?
I mean, the open door is open, so don't have to open another door, I suppose.
Alright then. Take us in then.
Sure.
Alright. Your vessel slowly but surely drifts towards the airlock. At least the airlock shielding is still working, meaning that there is atmosphere inside, here at least. Let me just... this is going to reveal just a little too much information. You land on in. Your vessel's landing door opens up, and the first thing you see is that there is another vessel here. You saw this one. You flew in. But now you see a slightly spicy detail about this vessel. Can everyone here give me a sanity check as they exit the vessel and see quite the sight to behold?
The puppet die, right?
Just a normal roll.
Just a sanity check, yes. Which means you roll a d100 against your current sanity score.
Fumble.
Success.
And the
Jesus
baseline sanity is like my power. I
Yes.
Good to know your luck is carrying over from yesterday, Belmore.
Apparently, I didn't fill that stuff in, so
think. Sorry.
the current sanity is what the PAL. Apparently, I forgot to fill that in. Wait. Very cool.
Oh, wait, you have to roll below, so not equal. Okay. You see quite the unusual sight, as this is like your vessel's like a proper vessel. This is a small, most people would qualify it as an escape craft, even if it can do a little bit more than that. There's this row of people in a straight line going towards the small boarding ramp, and all of them, like, they have their shadows aren't right because they have none. They are lit as if you turn off the lighting in a 3D game. Like, they cast no shadows. They are frozen in space. And weirdly enough, there's like lights all over. They shine through them. The people who failed this check take a point of sandy. They lose one of those as they just stand completely aghast at this, well, rather artistic display.
Do I take anything extra for my fumble?
Well, we'll just say that not only do you completely like go, whoa, you trip and fall as your attention is drawn, but you're like mid-step, and so you put your foot down, but you're not paying attention, so you fall down. And hit the metal floor. Your jaws are like tingling as they slam together.
That's really weird. Oh yeah. The way I describe Adrajim is tall, bearded, and fidgety.
Well, that fidgety almost cost him his teeth.
Yeah. Hear the rattling of his teeth.
As you take a moment to finally draw your eye away from this unusual sight to behold, this otherwise looks like a normal docking bay. There is the exit, presumably going deeper into the ship. But this is quite an interesting art exhibit to have standing out in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, my first response is probably going to be like, check them out, see if they're alive, because it doesn't look like they're injured, does it? It just looks like they're kind of frozen there and glowing.
They're not glowing. Well, I mean, it depends on how you want to phrase it, because they look like they're ambiently lit at every single possible angle.
Yeah,
they're brighter than their environment.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant.
They emit no light. As you approach them, and, well, not much seems to change other than that they are indeed as still as a metal plate.
No vital signs or anything?
No vital signs can be detected, though they are extremely lifelike.
Wow, I think it's safe to assume whatever happened here wasn't just your usual abandonment.
Yeah, this is far cleaner than the average freeze ray can achieve.
Okay. Let us be on our toes then.
Wait, what the heck's that staircase? Come where?
Nightmare.
Makes me insane because it's just stupid. But the said come where? What? No, my head hurts.
Like, the colors and the wording is just terrible.
the worst kind of that inside don't open.
Any resident engineers will also notice that there are the usual access shafts in case you wish to take an alternate route to any place. So, what do you want to do with these people, or do you want to see if you can get yourself deeper into the vessel? Because you are like in a small docking section of the vessel. The SS Big Butts, apparently.
It's a good name for a ship.
I don't know with my sanity roll, did I get damage or not? Because
Take 1 point of
not
sanity
sure.
damage, yes.
Yeah, I think the 0 is the result
Yeah.
without any bonuses or anything. If
So
you
how
use
much
the-
am I?
If you use the green one, it just rolls that. It doesn't
1.
show
You
Yeah.
take
bonus.
1 point of sanity damage, because it is
Okay.
an unnerving view, but...
So this reduced my number by 1. Okay.
Yep, your current sanity reduced by 1.
Okay.
Neat. So, kids, what do you think's a good step to take next?
Well, I've done my bit as a doctor. I've examined the quote-unquote corpses, even though they're not your traditional dead bodies. They're still bodies that aren't alive. I had to assume that whatever did this, is either still here or gone now. But we have a job to do. It is examine this place, so we should probably go in a bit deeper.
Alright. I'll look for ways to get deeper in.
As I said, there is a door that leaves this place, as well as the variety of maintenance shafts that are usually located on vessels of this size.
Okay. Well, there's the door, and I point out a few of those maintenance shafts, and there's a couple.
The door
there,
is quite typical of a location that exits into space. It is a large double metal door that seals perfectly into its twin on the other side. It appears to be locked. There is like a small keycard panel, and usually these doors open to like motion, but this one has like a little panel and it says locked on it.
Would any of the people have card keys on them?
That would require some spot hidden, because people do not carry their keycards on their chests like name tags.
I
Do
do.
you have them on like lanyards?
Yeah.
This is space, not space.
Oh yeah, they might float away.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen.
You do manage to spot some lanyards with some keycards attached, but they're all on the people themselves. And as you grab it, your hand just goes straight through these appearances as if they are holograms.
Well,
Yeah, them being holograms starts making a lot more sense when you consider that light goes through them and like...
Well,
Yeah,
usually with holograms, they're not this, they get distorted when you wave your hand at them instead of standing there.
Menacingly.
What the
that explains the lack of life signs, I guess. Jeez.
Best doctor ever.
Yeah, and somehow I didn't notice that they were,
No.
holograms or hologram adjacent.
Hey, what the hell? I come over and try to find the projector for this. Like, why would anyone set up a
The hologram of
Hologram
people
projector.
lining up to enter some sort of small escape craft.
yeah?
It's like a kind of dumb prank.
Or maybe it's gonna instead of having a sign pointing to it, are they?
You know that a great way to discover where a hologram is being projected from is to stick your face in it and look for the shadows.
Yep. Okay. I just jam my.
Sanity roll, please. As you literally see their organs flashing in front of your eyes as you move through them.
Hey, extreme
You-
success.
You shrug it off, presumably because you don't see the scary organs. But
Yep.
that is definitely not how holograms work.
Ugh. Okay, these are way too detailed. What the hell?
It's more that holograms can't have anything outside of surface layer. Like, the inside of a hologram is just solid. It doesn't have details like this.
Yeah. Ooh. These are like some next gen medical holograms.
Not like any I've ever seen.
Neither have I.
Golly.
Well,
Yeah.
looks like we're not going to be unlocking this door unless anyone wants to bust in.
Well, can I hack the door?
You can indeed attempt to hack the door. What
can
skill
I
do you think is appropriate for hacking something?
Ooh.
The computer use, perhaps? Are you attempting more hardware electronic approach?
Let's see. Down, repair, also. Well, computer use has been replaced by computer maintenance, so I.
There is sysops, I guess, tech repair.
There's electronics.
Mm-hmm.
Includes the ability to configure and disable door locks.
There you go. You
Yeah.
found
Okay.
an answer.
Electronics.
Solve the puzzle.
There is no penalty dice or anything on this.
Nope.
A success.
The door slowly opens up for you.
Yeah. So,
And ahead of you, you see the usual kind of entryway that main airlocks the main docking bays tend to have. Is that little section where you have like, oh, this is approximately what the ship's overview is like. Somewhat more interesting though is that, well, it's something just weird about this place. It's like everything is
Other than
slightly out of alignment with the room.
Let's say, other than the flesh holograms.
bad
Anyway.
feeling about this, Francis.
Yeah, this is kind of weird.
You are in a place called entry number 5. There are cozy chairs here. There is a reception desk that details information on landed ships and other such information. It's kind of like an airport checkpoint, but everything is like slightly out of alignment.
Is there like any record of any weird stuff coming in, like any other crafts?
Well, you can try and take a look. You need something to see if you can maneuver this obviously quite archaic bit of software to find the relevant information.
So, when you
It should
say
be-
it's the alignment, do you mean like it seems like it's tilted at an angle?
Yeah, everything's kind of tilted.
Okay, so that tells me there's something wrong with the inertial systems or the anti-gravity.
Everything that's like bolted down isn't affected by this, but anything that you could pick up and move doesn't quite want to sit straight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, sounds like the gravity grid must be off.
Yep.
You can use 0G to discern if gravity is indeed playing nice.
yeah, no chance of that happening for me.
Oh, okay. 0G. Success.
You're quite certain that the gravity alignment is right. These pieces of furniture are just doing whatever they feel like.
Huh. Okay. Something's off here.
Indeed.
Somebody wanted to check the software for the
Yes.
Yeah, like what would I use for that?
thing. Library use is also for that, if I remember
think lib-
correctly.
I think that might be.
Yeah,
Basically,
library use is
library
for finding data.
All right. BK sits himself behind an extensive library of extremely boring information. Because these ship logs go way back. There aren't any known recent departures, like anything recent, although one thing strikes you is that the other airlock, whose information is also stored here for some reason, mentions that Within the last few months, a vessel has landed, but it has not identified itself. Judging by the fact that there was a departure scheduled for the escape craft, it is entirely possible that this happened after the crew went non-existent.
So it's probable that we aren't the first responders to this situation.
According to the system, at least, the thing that landed, the vessel that landed in the other airlock, has not left.
So yeah, might be other people here, or they got caught by whatever caught the other people as well. Given that we were told there were no direct life signs on this thing, pretty sure probably don't have to worry about that shit.
Yeah.
People on the ship. Do we have?
Fingers crossed we don't end up like that too.
Are there robots in this unit world?
Yes, automated assistants and stuff do exist. Are you talking more in the direction of AI or just like robotic workforce?
Well, both really. Like,
AI is exceptionally rare, and you know, it would definitely show if an AI was here because it would be doing more than just sitting around.
I suppose.
But robots of like the humanoid variety do exist.
Okay.
Not much more we can figure out by just sitting in here. We might as well go in a bit deeper.
You leave the room and map behind.
Is the there's a map?
There's a map, yes. Like I said, when you enter, there's like a map that shows you what approximately is on the ship.
I'll take a look at the map.
All right. The map is a little... it's not great, but it mentions that the entry you are currently in connects up to a greenhouse that's located here. To the front of the ship, near the turret, is where the armory and barracks are. That is where they keep weapon and security systems. The attachment pod on the... what is it, in the port side of the ship? On the port side of the ship contains things like the bridge, the science and medical sections, crew quarters, and so on. Towards the aft is the crew, is the storage, I mean, and undercarriage for larger bits of attachable cargo, and behind that is like engineer sections. Judging by the fact that someone has written on it with, well, let's just say childish markers, you get the feeling that the crew might not have been in one line, because there's like things saying like engineers suck, and they drew like mean little devils around the engine section.
Rude.
That's just mean.
It's strange.
Wonder what the engineers here did.
We could find
There, a token you can use to remind yourself where you are.
Oh man.
Judging by this map, the greenhouse is adjacent to a series of tunnels that will lead to the other parts of the ship.
Alright.
Sort of a nexus point.
Well, ahead is the greenhouse. Probably gonna get in place. Public space.
I mean, logistically, heading to the main points of interest would be like the cockpit, engineering, and the crew quarters. Because,
yeah.
like, cockpit to make sure this thing still works, engineering to see if like there are any problems with it, and the crew quarters to make sure there's like not still people here.
Yep. Well, I can go take a look see at the engineering.
Well, there's also the detail of the other ship that docked here.
No.
If it,
To
they said it was
check.
still
No.
If it's still here, then that's a 2 for 1.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Money, money.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, did it say where it is docked?
They said the other airlock, so I
Yes.
assume not.
There's
the one
another
we
section
passed
that's
by.
intended for landing.
Ah, right. Seven.
Even still, we should probably stick together. You know, something clearly happened to those people at the entrance. I wouldn't want to be alone when that happens.
Let's
What?
split up, gang.
What
No,
people?
we're not Scooby Dooby doing this.
Oh.
Are you Scrappy Dappy doing it then?
God no,
No, that's even worse.
it's illegal.
What
It's
people
an-
are you talking about? Well, I saw there some holograms.
Well, if you
Yeah,
got-
man. Don't
who
be so
insisted they're
paranoid. You've seen
okay?
holograms before, haven't you?
Well, yeah.
Those were high quality.
Not often one's lifelike enough to fool me into believing they were real.
Yeah. They were strangely advanced, yes.
Okay,
But
where should
we
we
didn't-
head first then?
But we didn't detect any life signs, so should be fine.
You'll be fine.
It's just the
Yeah.
disease in the air that kills everything.
That's why we have these.
Handy dandy
Spacesuits
spacesuits, and you can keep on the helmet if you really want to.
I really want to, yes.
Cool. All right then. There's door leading to the greenhouse. Well, there's like some tunnel connecting, but the greenhouse is that away.
Yep. Head to the greenhouse.
The greenhouse is elaborate. As you approach it, you see plants that are desperately trying to take root into the metal flooring that separates the... It's got a very Garden of Eden-esque feel to it. They're very big, like bright lamps. Some of them are broken, probably because no one's maintained or repaired them since. But this place is sunny and bright and colorful, and it's like you're in a park with a beautiful space vista. It has several floors and an automatic sprinkler system that sometimes does a little spritz, keeping the air humid but comfortable. When you arrive, you are on the second floor, like a balcony section that leads around, and you see several human beings hanging from the ceiling. Well, they appear human, but closer inspection reveals that they are almost entirely made out of plant matter, hanging from the ceiling by their necks.
Lovely.
Ah,
Just
Good.
like home.
that's.
They appear to be stirring slightly.
This has got a lot weirder.
Yeah, I don't think I know of any plants that have,
Maybe you do.
Doctor?
Doctor, do you have botanic skills?
I've got freaking biology and pharmacy, but not. I don't think those apply to plants.
If anyone wants to try like a natural roll check to see if these are known entities.
Doubtful.
I mean, biology should be close enough. I don't know.
No, biology is like animals living.
Yeah, plants
It
also
might
live.
include them. It might include them.
Well, give it a crack, but
Crack your knuckles.
yeah.
Yeah, who knows?
Do you want to try natural world? You have 10% chance of success.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Whoa.
Oh,
The worst that can happen is that you succeed.
yeah.
Well, you have
I'm
some-
going to say, though, that this is not a too difficult thing to know about. These plants... Oh, wait, I read this wrong. Yes, these plants are a known entity. There are definitely plant species that are very pretty and produce a good amount of food that are known to take human corpses and do things to them. So
Wow.
it's kind of like Wayland Yutani or the Umbrella Corporation. It's like you could do it, but is it really the smartest idea? It's really cheap and easy free food, man. Come on.
Yeah,
be-
I mean, realistically, how many human corpses are going to end up on a
How
ship
many
like
dead
this?
people are going to be within a couple of days, like going to be lying around it for long enough for them to get infected? The point is, those are definitely going to be plant zombies.
Great.
And they respond
Great.
to
Oh,
movement.
yes.
Great.
My absolute favorite.
Thorelf.
Yeah.
Headshots, please.
You got it.
Well, I mean, they were hanging up there. They haven't fallen down yet. They haven't actively attacked us. We could probably try and just, not be
I don't-
noticed.
I don't want them to drop on me.
Good point. Good point.
They are hanging, like, you can grab their knees without having to reach up. They're not that high up.
Okay.
So, as I mentioned, you recall that these things respond mostly to movement. Continued movement, since you rolled hard. So they won't respond to, like, just a tree falling over.
So they wouldn't respond to, someone standing still and shooting them from a distance.
Yeah,
Sure.
probably not.
If you think that's a great idea, then go ahead. What kind of
I
weapons
mean-
do you shoot these plant creatures with, then?
We
Well,
don't have
shit.
anything incendiary.
Who here is the weapons... Minna, since you're security, you know that it's a terrible idea to try and use an incendiary weapon in a greenhouse. Odds are there's a lot of oxygen in the air. And lots
we probably don't have any anyway.
lots of beautiful flammable plants.
Burn the whole thing down.
I mean, flamethrowers are an unusual staple of sci-fi, yes.
They're useful for disinfecting places.
Well, those are our options. Either we dispatch them before heading across, or
You could try to sneak
stagger
past them.
step.
Yeah.
Yeah, stagger step our way through.
Stealth. Okay.
Did any of us have any stealth?
Baseline.
Yeah, sure.
Just baseline stealth.
20%.
Yeah, how about you'll use your smarts, like,
What
if
quality?
you're worried about these things, if you're worried about these things hopping onto you, how about you find one of these robots that were mentioned and send it across first, so that
Have we
Probably
seen
could.
any?
Were there any? I don't think there were any.
You have
in
not seen any
the
robots.
entryway.
Also, as a
Yeah,
bit
we
of
just know
clarifying,
that they exist.
as a bit of clarifying context for what the environment looks like, you are on the balcony, and there is like a central elevator shaft right in front of you that would go down, but the zombies are hanging in the way.
Oh. Hanging in now.
how
Oh.
many?
4 of
Yeah.
them.
Well,
Lovely.
I'm going to take a moment to line up my shot. Then. I have gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you want to start gunning, go ahead. You just have to.
That's what I took it for.
You take aim at the seemingly noosed up and hung zombie corpses. Whoever wants to fire at will can fire at will with a respective attack roll. As a footnote, this is mostly to see if you roll a success or a malfunction, because there's really no way you can miss a good aimed shot like this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I guess I.
We still hit it. Like I said, you can't technically fail this. Let's see. Ooh, man. That's a pretty crummy roll. Oof.
Yeah. Never said
Dude, the operator from Prey is freaking awesome.
It is. It's such a cool area.
I love how if you look around a bit, it's like, oh man, look at all these facades. It's cute.
Oh yeah.
I love that game so much.
All right, we have good old Francis landing a critical blow with a pulse beam and a Swagnum revolver. Is anyone else taking any pot shots?
I don't have a gun.
I guess I could. I have my pulse beam.
I can throw some needles at him, but I don't think it's...
Good news, everyone. Not the security officers managed to destroy 2 of the zombies instantaneously, which like smolder and start leaking all kinds of... Oh, who knows what that is? Don't ignore it. The other 2, however, one of them is significantly damaged by this blast, but begins to slowly lower down until their feet hit the ground. They move rather slowly. They have really crummy dex scores, is the point, which means you get 1 more round before proper combat begins, as this is basically your first round. What do you do? Because they are looking like they see a threat. And I'm also going to need
That's right, we have threat.
I'm also going to need a sanity check, because this is unnerving to look at.
It's probably got one of those like zombie walks where it's all like twitchy and...
Yeah, it's very much something has hijacked into its nervous system and is doing a shitty job at it.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to kill it.
Good news, everyone. You will lose 5 points of sanity if you fail it, and 0 if you succeed it.
Man, that's like a maximum fumble. Look at that.
So
Yeah,
wait,
what the hell?
did you say 5 points on a regular failure? Or...
5 points on a failure, yes.
Ooh, well,
Yeah,
I
so
thought...
what do we get for rolling a 100?
Like, you see the damaged zombie sort of come down. And, well, anatomy class can never quite prepare for anything like this, can it?
Well, I go temporary insane.
Good news.
Wow, that was quick. One
Okay,
plant
On the plus
zombie.
side, I think this also gives him 5 points in Cthulhu Mythos, as he unlocks the deeper parts of his brain.
Great.
Oh,
All right.
Again, I would like to ask, what do you win from my perfect 100?
A perfect 100 is a fumble in this system. It is a 1 that is a perfect success.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what do we get aside from -5
You-
sanity?
You are just like, "Dah!" and stumble and fall. You're going to have to roll me some dex to not, like, fall off the balcony downwards.
Oh,
Hooray, another one.
Everyone watches as Minna vanishes into the thick shrubbery down below. As
The
Torloff...
thunder shrubbery.
It's not a
Okay.
hard landing, but you are, like, out of the scene. In the meantime, our good friend, who has just gone insane and unlocked his first 5 points of Cthulhu's Mythos. What a hero.
I think
Isn't-
Thoralf also goes temporary insane because it's if you lose 5 points in one go.
Oh.
Oh, so that's
Fireball.
how to... It's okay, then I'll make this
Well,
check
we'll
mark.
just include that in what happens. They essentially fainted on the way down.
Yes. They've got bigger problems.
You might want to find the doctor's quarters and juice up on something to give your mind a bit of a rest.
Okay, there's a temporary insanity. The keeper asks for intelligence roll. If the roll is failed, the investigator has repressed the memory and does not become insane.
Wait, where's this from?
It's page 155, temporary insanity.
155, temporary insanity. Ah, there we go. The 2 of you can roll me some intelligence. I thought this
Yeah.
was just an automatic. Excuse me. Oh no, it's a 5th or more that always happens. Sorry.
Yep. Oh, nope, I go insane.
You roll a success.
Yeah, success means I go insane.
Oh. Oh. Well, Torloff manages to... It just kind of forgets about it because it's a bit of a stumble. Our good friend,
Yes.
however,
Head on the way down.
he's going to need to talk to a doctor about this at some point in the future, but don't worry about it.
Definitely when you
Let me see what the dice have to say about how he responds to the situation. Well, the good news is he doesn't do anything that hurts anyone else. It is just that for the next 9 or so combat rounds, he can't hear anything. The squelching of the zombie just makes his ears go, and he just hears ringing.
Can't hear anything over his own screaming.
Yeah. On the plus side, he can still do whatever he needs to do after a brief startle. All right, then. Did we already do the second round of shots? I don't think so. So
No.
I think the only person left who can shoot are... Oh, wait. No, Francis is also here. Francis made it. Francis and the other guy, and also Ardem, I guess. Although he is a bit like screaming because he can't hear himself. All right. I need everyone's dex scores. Oh, actually, how about I just look up what the dex scores, because this is something you just do. And I can tell you who goes first in the actual combat. First to go is probably going to be David. It's David.
I mean, there's not a lot I can do. I mean, I have no real weapons or anything. I can try and find out if Thorov's okay. Just like, see if they hit the ground too hard and just snap their neck or anything.
You can, if you do so. Let's take a look. See, you peer over the ledge, screaming as you saw their hands slip on the slippery metal that's like a bit humid because of the environment. They seem to have landed on a plant. They took a point of damage on the way down, but otherwise they just look a bit stunned from having fallen so far.
Oof.
They'll be fine.
Sure, Minecraft. All right, who's next up on the listing? We have Thordolov, I think, and he shares... No, it's... Yeah, with Francis. The two of them.
Francis. Damn it, Francis.
And after that comes Adrum. And after that go the zombies, because they have, like I said, not great dexterity. They're zombies. They're controlled by plants who don't know what dexterity is. So, what do the two of you want to do? Person who's all the way down there and person who's all the way up here.
I think I would do a second shot.
All right. You hold your ground and fire. Now here's the fun news. You shoot too quickly after discharging it the first time, and you know from safety instructions that's not a good thing to do. So your pulse beam is like beep 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 beep.
Overheating noise.
And jams for like a couple of seconds as it politely informs you not to be shooting so much. Naughty boy. Naughty.
Did the
Those exact
freaking voice
come out of the
did
speakers.
the freaking voice message?
Yeah, it's like an annoying... It's one of those annoying voices, too.
Don't shoot me too much, Baka.
Mr. Deafness, what do? You've lost your hearing, but they're still here. You might be able to control yourself long enough to do something sensible. Besides screaming a lot.
I start just blasting my gun in their general direction.
I say you're going to take a penalty on this roll. You're going to take a penalty die, but you are shooting multiple times, so if you make it, you might just hit them.
Okay.
What did Toref do?
Fall over.
They were stunned for a moment. They'll come to their senses on the next round.
All right.
Well, I mean, the zombies don't dodge because they're zombies, but you're just shooting all over the place, really.
Yep.
It's their first zombie. It's understandable.
The creatures stumble towards you.
How many ammo do I use?
You know what? I'm just gonna roll a dice and see what it says. You use 4 of your shots on this.
Oof.
Like you are just discharging.
Well, just
Yes.
kind of holding my ears.
The zombies roll. Well, rolling is the appropriate word here. They are coming towards you. As who isn't standing in front? Is it you, or would someone else be standing in front? Does anyone want to take that responsibility while I figure out which? There we go.
I mean, I'm at the back. I'm
Yeah.
like looking over the edge. The graph fell off. So
Well, good news, everyone. I can't believe this. The zombie rolled 0, 0, and on the penalty die, 0.
you what?
I have 2 10s that say 0 and a singles that says 0. It rolled a super fumble.
Wow.
Nice.
1 in 1,000 chance, people. The
Oh.
zombie comes charging at audition, and every shot, it like this is a plan controlling it. I'm just gonna say the zombie sort of this is the damaged one. It isn't used to being damaged, so you miss it because it like awkwardly stumbles, and then the awkward stumble causes whatever bone structure keeps it standing snaps, and it just falls down the ledge. It is destroyed in the process as the neck wire is disconnected, but I think Thorolov is about to get a nasty surprise in the form of a new friend.
Oh no. Because the entire balcony is falling on top of.
No, no, you're not making friends with the balcony. Just this corpse that lands near you.
Might want to get down there and help them real quick.
Oh wow, the other one rolls a pretty dang good roll. Arjun, do you wish to dodge?
Sure, I'll try to do that.
You're trying to beat a 19, which I think for this creature is a normal success. All right.
Big dodge.
Yep, I am terrified, so...
You sort of swat it away with your hand. In that case, I think our good friend David is up again.
I mean, I could like attack it with a bone saw, I guess, but like,
Doctor time.
how well will that work? Like, I don't have it listed as a weapon. Kind of,
Whoops!
Yeah,
That was
have it
not
as a-
medicine.
I know how well bone saws crit, so
You could try to assist your ally with some fashion.
yeah, that'd probably be an idea.
Maybe you can charm the zombie.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Lift up your dress and show him your nice meaty leg.
Ugh.
Although it's more a defensive plant zombie than eat your flesh zombie.
Just blow with the zombie.
A man can dream.
I can what, bore them to death?
Wrestle with it.
Check if Thorolf is still alive.
I mean, I already did that once. I'll probably like try and shoulder past the other one and go down and help him.
All right. You're going to try to do that. Well, the thing is, this like the walkway is big enough you can just walk past it, and it's too slow to respond to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down there and help out.
David takes the elevator down. In the meantime, what does Francis do?
Take another shot, I guess.
Finish it off. Pew, pew.
Hopefully.
Francis, expert security. Oh no! And the shot goes wide.
Keeps happening.
To be fair, someone probably bumped past you on the way there. Thorolov and Adjim, what are you gonna do? Thorolov at this point is coming to his senses and can see his friend coming in closer. Now he has 2 friends down here.
If I may stomp this thing that fell's head,
Mm-hmm.
just to take out some frustration.
All right. Go ahead. You take a moment to... Now there's goo on your shoe. Ain't that nice?
It is.
What does Thorolov do? Take your patch. Oh no, you've already taken a shot. In that case, I think Adujim, it's you that I was thinking of.
Yeah, I'm. I have a land zombies trying to claw at me, so in my panic state, I try to hit it with the butt of my pistol. Cannot Smash its brains out. Ah,
You going for a brawl.
yeah. Whoa.
Oh
Okay.
wow.
Wow.
I guess
Christmas miracle.
the zombie will try to fight back because it's now within fighting range. It rolls garbage compared to you. All right. So what exactly do you do to try and get rid of it? Like, where do you try to hit it and all?
Well, I try to smash it in the face with the butt of my pistol.
Can you roll me some damage?
I had no idea what the damage would be.
It is 1d3 plus any damage you get from your build.
So now. Eh.
You hit the zombie, and you are entered into sort of a very close range, very uncomfortable fight.
Yeah, well, my ears are ringing and I'm not in a good place.
Ah!
It's kind of having a little slap fight. Eh.
I hate you. Why are you my friend? David, you find your good friend. They appear to have, well, probably cuts and bruises, but, well, no cuts. Their suit protects them from the cuts. But they probably have bruises inside there, and they're stomping on a rotten corpse that's all covered in plant juice.
So probably nothing that, like, I need to, like, patch up.
Nothing without removing the suit.
Yeah.
As you stand there, however, you can't help but notice that the surrounding area is, how do I describe this? It's really overgrown. Like, you can tell where paths were probably supposed to be, but things around here grow pretty quickly. After that, unless you want to do something, which I doubt you will, since you've not done much in combat, which is fine. That's not what you're for.
It's not my job.
Francis, if you can land a good shot, your friend might be able to toss the zombie over the edge and kill it.
If
Liner. Phew!
this what happens when you're just
Adrishim,
doing firearms as a hobby.
Adrishim, do something.
Uh,
Its mouth is not what a mouth is supposed to be. It's just a gaping hole.
so there's a railing.
You're very close to a railing, yes.
I try to push it over said railing.
Let's see what the zombie has to say about that. Ooh. Show me your brawl. Or strength, I guess, would be appropriate.
Oof, strength. Nope.
Well, the two of you fail. Either you two both fall down, or nothing happens.
We both fall down.
And so everyone but the navigator has entered the lower area of the arboretum.
Right. Well done,
As you fall
guys.
down, the zombie you hold in your arms, you hear snap, and the wire that was wrapped around its neck detaches. It then stops moving, and then you hit the floor. Okay. Where's your sheet? Where did I put this? You take a point of damage, but luckily the whole place is so overgrown that could be worse.
Ow.
Your arms are sore from holding onto that thing, though.
Yes, I'm still ringing.
After that, it seems quiet now.
Oof.
Well, that could have gone better. Could have gone worse.
I mean,
Could have gone better.
could have gone better, could have gone worse.
Hey Francis, can you take the lift down now?
Yeah, sure.
After a minute or so, Adrishim comes back to his own senses, too.
Slap some sense into him.
Slap, slap, sugar, slap.
Yeah, had a few very deep breaths.
All right. Closer examination revealed that there is an exit going to the front of the ship, to the back of the ship, and to the crew section.
Well, which one would probably be closer? The crew section or the front of the ship? Or Or is it all like kind of?
You're near the center, so it's like, who cares? They're all equally close.
Is there any kind of garden supply around?
Garden supply?
Yeah.
There's
Probably like a little
there's like a
shed.
couple of sheds, yes, where they keep like random gardening crap.
Okay, we want to find how large of shears they've got.
They have some pretty dang big shears that could cut through like a proper branch.
Yeah, we might need these.
Snippy snippy.
Probably helps it navigate this place.
Yeah, because a closer examination will reveal that the northern exit is like overgrown with plants. Like the one going to the front of the ship.
Cool. Well, what's up?
I just realized I am indefinitely insane.
Oh, good. Great.
How
Fantastic.
How did that happen? Is the
Because
power of 3 freaking 20 or?
no, it's on losing a fifth or more of current sanity points in one game day, the investigator becomes indefinitely insane. My current, my starting sanity is
25.
Yep, and I lose 6 points. That's more than
How did I
enough.
start with 25 sanity?
I
Power fill in Cthulhu. Who needs that? I don't know. Dumps that right there.
Andrew Jim is not very stable person.
Nice.
Well.
He likes machines because they're predictable and they work.
Oh boy.
Exactly. Well, don't worry about it. He'll be fine. He seems to have regained his hearing.
Mm.
He's just kind of, like nervously glancing around all the place.
He
Muttering
does,
under
however,
his
have
breath.
the strong urge not to be near plants for a while, though.
Probably
Yeah.
a good idea.
Yep.
Well, now we have to think, like, what's most important? Finding out if the ship works? Finding out the fate of everybody else? I.e. the crew quarters? Or going to engineering and checking to make sure everything...
Oh. Interesting.
But you're not in the position to fall into that, and your friends are here to stop you. So
Yeah, just wondering what those two
yeah.
buttons did.
If you do end up outside of everyone's reach, though, there's a good chance you might enter NPC mode for a period of time and just show up in a closet somewhere, or in a fridge if things get bad.
Yep, those are the safest places.
Unless you're a woman, then a fridge is a terrible place to be. It usually means you're dead.
Mm.
All right then. If you need any further incentive, the crew quarters supposedly contained like the bridge and stuff. Bridge is usually like a command center for a ship.
Yeah, probably a good idea to head to the bridge first.
The greenhouse.
There's going to be a captain or anyone in charge. That's probably where they like ended, where they are. Were.
That would be.
As you pitter patter towards the bridge, you come into a large hallway that connects the bridge to the crew quarters and the science bubble. The problem is there's some wreckage here. Like, someone tried to set up a barricade and it's blocking a lot of the hallway.
Well, I'm the big guy. I'm going to try doing left.
Big
I
guy.
don't suppose there's a way to roll size for this.
Sure. Roll me size. You just try to leverage.
Come throw your weight around a bit.
Thorloff.
Oh,
You watch as Thorloff sort of just uses their arms as giant crowbars and scoops out enough of the debris that you can safely traverse it without risking getting yourself cut or stabbed on anything. It's not a great hole, and it's a wider area of garbage, but it's easily traversed garbage. I'm going crazy. I never knew Arnold had anything to do with Call of Cthulhu.
Now you do. Now you do.
As you walk into the fine bridge, it's rather empty, but it is the usual kind of bridge you would expect for a ship. There's like a big fancy captain's chair, and then there's like the technical, I make sure the engines work chair, and I make sure the guns work chair.
Yeah,
You have a
check
big
that.
you have a big overview that looks out in the front. You see the turret and the large section containing this place is abandoned, but there are things like old, extremely stale cups of coffee to be found.
Coffee in the bit.
Okay.
So, like, no bodies, no signs of anyone being here.
Maybe with some spot hidden, you can find a body if you really want to find one.
Hmm.
Someone barricaded this place. Not gonna happen.
You you look around, but when you like feel around the place, your hand gets stuck in like some coffee sticky drab, and you're like, okay, I'm done. That's gonna take a while to wash off.
What are you
Ross.
doing?
You find him like under one of the chairs, like feeling around.
Hey, I found $5.
Okay. I'll take a look at the systems.
There are an array of computer systems around.
Hmm.
Indeed. Give me a moment.
Obvious-
There.
obviously.
This place clearly has like an AI because it has the big hologram projectors that usually are present on bridges for AI systems to move around and have sort of a representation. The captain's chair, everything is unlocked. Like no one has password locked anything,
Yeah.
or they just never logged out. Who knows?
I think the password is password.
Security systems are terrible.
Yeah. You tell them, boy. You show 'em, boss. All right then, boss. What's up?
Wait, boss. Whatever you say, boss.
Whatever the boss says goes, boss.
And have to end all your sentences in boss, otherwise you're not a real goon.
Okay, so you wanted to check out the computer systems. What do you want to get out of the computer systems?
Well, general status of the ship.
The ship
Yes.
appears to be in operational order, though there are some unusual leakages found in the engineering section, as well as an extensive amount of combat damage located in a section that connects the greenhouse to the barracks.
Oh.
Boy.
Are there any like security cameras or anything like that?
Do you have
Functional?
any? What skill would be used for like checking out, like perusing through and seeing like interesting information?
Oh, interesting. I guess that will be library use or systems operation.
Pick
maybe?
whichever one you like, because there's some interesting details to be read here.
Yeah, I mean, you could make an argument for either.
Because system operation is the smooth running of ship operation systems.
Then you would know what not smooth running operations would look like.
Can understand, operate, configure, diagnose, and repair ship systems as lives of engines and security.
Show me the beans.
Let's see. Success.
As you examine the logs and like information, you find that the captain has made an excessive amount of notes that says fuck security, fuck engineering, fuck all those bunch of gangster hooligans on my ship. Why does no one respect my authority? So goddamn security think they own this place because they own the guns. Goddamn scientists think they own the place because they do all the fun stuff. You get a strong feeling that everyone hates everyone on the ship. Back when they were alive, at
Yeah.
least.
Okay. That's not working environment here was horrible.
The ship was fine. The crew was not.
What the
Yeah.
hell are
HR
work
must be
ethics?
Man. Shipboard culture was
HR.
not great.
The captain has spent a large amount of time writing these angry notes, so you can learn some cool new swears.
Oh, never heard that one before.
You're not quite sure what a Zerbo sucker is, but it's probably bad.
Okay. Yeah, this was not a happy ship. What the hell happened here? Oh, can I turn the AI thing on or summon it or something? Whatever.
Bleep bleep
how
bloop.
that
A
works.
holographic lady appears. She's nice,
Oh,
polite, and
Cthulhu.
soft-spoken.
Okay.
She hasn't gone mad.
She clarifies that you are guests, so you may have limited access via this system.
Hmm.
Via this interface, that
Can,
is.
can you tell us what happened here?
Specify.
Where's the crew?
The computer shows like a thinking face, which is usually an indication of it's loading, and loading, and loading, and then it
Max.
specifies crew has disappeared over a course of several microfractions.
Okay.
Cool.
That narrows it down.
Before the microfraction disappearance of the majority of the crew disappeared more sporadically or died as a result of combat.
Was there a mutiny?
Technically, yes. However, I've
But
been
actually,
instructed
no.
by the security personnel not to call it a mutiny, but to call it an appropriate shift of command.
Understandable. History's written by the victors.
Okay. The security people turned on everyone else. Great.
They seemed less concerned about appropriate definitions after they started to panic, however.
Has anyone left the ship since the not mutiny happened?
Other than a few individuals jettisoned out the airlocks, no personnel has left the station alive.
Ah,
We
That's-
could,
Eh,
wonderful.
well, good thing we're not personnel.
we could ask about unidentified ship at other airlock.
Yes. What about the previous guests?
Specify.
Do we know in which airlock the other ship
There are
is?
two main docking stations, so if it
So-
can show you camera footage, you can just cycle the two.
Yeah, that airlock.
You specify the other airlock, the one with the closed door.
Yeah.
The machine it takes a moment and then says, you get this feeling that someone, like, this is not supposed to happen usually, but screw it, there's no one here to tell them no, so they're like, that's probably fine. You see, so this secondary airlock is mostly filled with cargo. It's clearly been used as a secondary storage place, and despite the fact that the door is on lockdown, like it has the big red no one goes through here, there is this large creature. It's kind of like a pterodactyl, but it has a much chunkier body and a slightly smaller head. It seems to be very patiently waiting.
Uh-huh.
It is nothing you've
don't
quite
think
seen in
that's
your life
supposed
before.
I don't think that's supposed to be there.
No, it is not.
Um,
Ridley is a close approximation, yes, but what
Been
his
enough.
hands are his wings.
Space pirates.
Is that... Did that creature come with the other ship?
There is no creature located in the airlock.
Oh. Lovely.
Is anyone here like at least 50 skill in like some sort of AI related thing?
What?
Like sysops or computer maintenance or something. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
where you would know like a quirk of an AI might have. In that case, you would know that AI tend to specify anything that they don't have. Like, if you discover an animal species, until you've classified it, they'll just refer to it as an object. And this creature is large enough that it refers to it as a spaceship.
Okay. Okay. Did that spaceship come with the guests that arrived here before?
It did come with a guest. However, this happened after the crew disappeared.
Okay.
There was another unknown guest prior to that.
Oh.
Is the guest still present?
At least I was informed this guest existed. I could not detect it on my sensors.
Still here.
Potentially, I cannot detect it on my sensors. However, the other guest is located in the engineering section and is responsible for significant damage.
Oh. What does this other guest like?
Humanoid. He is remarkably tall and covered in significant apparatus. I presume he has some sort of mental problem. I mean, medical problem. Medical problem.
Mental problem. So it looks like
He has a dunce cap on. He failed his math in 7th grade. He has significant mental.
You can only read at a 2nd grade level.
That's why he wears a badge for it.
Some sort of cyborg?
Do you have any like camera footage of this individual?
You are shown the camera footage of the room where they last located. The camera is covered in soot and smudge. As it scrolls around, you see some boxes, and there's like some boots poking out from under it. The boots move slightly as if they're trying to shift it. There's something... Okay, anyone here have like intelligence or idea, like something that could help them be like, you know, the scale of things? Because it's hard to tell the scale of everything in this room. This might be a very tiny person, might be a very large person.
I mean, if it's intelligence you're looking for.
I science mathematics?
Could I use navigate or science physics for that?
I'm saying be creative, like some personal life experience that might help you in judging sizes to cameras. Francis, this person is remarkably large, about as large, if not larger, than Thorolf.
Are we sure it's not Thorolf?
They're right here.
I mean, we did lose sight of them for a whole 5 seconds.
I don't have a lot of apparatus on me, I believe.
Oh wow. Like
big metal man, okay.
Like Thorolf is probably the biggest person I ever seen, so
yeah, like once you hit the 90s, things get weird.
That's a big person.
Yeah. Like that's like several 100 pounds of human
flesh.
Yeah, basically a basketball player.
Yeah, basically.
Required to sing to whistle that's a Harlem tune every time. Anyway, is there anything else you think this AI can tell you that might be relevant?
Oh, wait. In the other airlock, are there any other spaceships in there besides that one?
It says no. It also happily informs you that this thing came in despite the door being closed, which it presumes was some sort of hacking or damage dealt to the door, which is impolite.
Okay. Interesting.
Means it could theoretically survive out there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
My thought was to just dump it out the airlock and be done with it. But apparently
you do not
that's
have the authority to
solution.
open the door. You would have to hack it on site or hack this AI entirely.
Yeah, and that's a bit too.
Does the AI have knowledge about the inventory of the barracks?
Yes. Is there anything specific you would like to query?
I mean, those zombies already took some shots, and I really need some ammo.
The armory is like well stocked. The security personnel has, as she puts it politely, requisitioned a large amount of funding to ensure that the crew remains compliant. She specifies that by requisition she means they just straight up stole some money and bought some really big heavy guns, which is why the corridor leading from the greenhouse to the armory is filled with bodies.
So to recap things here a little bit, there's a giant in the engineering room and a space dragon in the other airlock.
The AI will cannot confirm nor deny this.
I would call it a space bird, but okay.
And there's big guns in the armory, which it sounds like we'll need.
And to summarize what happened to the crew, most of them seem to have like gone mad and suspicious of one another and just kind of turned on each other and
Or turned into zombies.
or whatever happened to the people at the entrance.
Marvelous.
If those are people.
The computer Hubble informs you that the fastest way to get to the armory would actually be to go through the airlocks of the crew hatch and enter via the one near the turrets. You don't know if that's a great idea, though.
Something tells me those turrets aren't exactly going to be friendly.
These
But
are
don't we only need to pass through a body-filled corridor from the greenhouse that we already been to?
Sounds like another sanity check if you do that.
You might want to
Yeah.
take some precautions, yes.
One
blindfold?
blindfold.
I mean, at least it's not a surprise if you see it.
Yeah. Do we have a camera feed from that corridor?
Yes. The camera is just like the one in engineering, kind of covered in soot, but from what you can tell, bodies.
Yeah.
But because of the weaponry used, a lot of the bodies are just smears. So unless you imagine, there's not that much debris. There is a large-ass, really cool cannon. If anyone here has, like, science engineering or something that could help them figure out what they're looking at, they might be able to identify this blurry image of a gun. This is like
Maybe operate heavy machine.
I imagine that also involves reading manuals, so go nuts.
Okay.
Firearms would probably help.
I better hope that's not a freaking auto turret.
Okay, then. Oh.
Well, good news. You were able to identify that there are auto turrets, but they're all blasted to shit.
Yay.
Where are the rolls? There's a roll. Operate heavy machine. Almost a... Well, actually, I think that is a... No, I think it's 96. That's a fumble.
Yep.
No. Anyone else want to give it a go?
I don't have any skills in that area, so I'd rather not.
The AI says the only information it has on this cannon is that it was specified as a large fucking gravity device.
Ooh,
Like she replays like a voice clip.
gravity. Maybe.
The common knowledge is that there are certain types of heavy cannons that essentially use a whole bunch of weird gravity distortions to shoot things. But that's like really heavy duty stuff.
Would that be science physics or science?
No, you
astronomy?
just know these things exist.
Yeah.
And you also know that they're dangerous to have on a spaceship because they can tear the hull to pieces.
Nice. I want that.
Simply put, you're not supposed to have that on a spaceship. Not on the
For some
inside.
reason they do. There it is.
Great. People running this place are crazy. Great. Very crazy.
I mean, the amount of swearing you've encountered so far, the graffiti on the walls you sometimes walk past. There's some clear tribalism going on around here.
Yeah. Everything checks out, actually.
Okay, gang, where should we go next?
I just want to ask the AI, like, has there been anything else unusual that has happened on the ship that you could report?
Other than the crew being quite unusual, the head of security performing unusual rituals, and the fact that several personnel have vanished instantaneously. No.
Well,
Is this some kind
none of those sound unusual to me.
Although I guess you could technically specify an object entering the airlock without opening the door would be strange. But I assume it is a trickery of my systems.
Is this some kind
one
of
sassy AI.
is this some kind of medical report our doctor could check?
All medical reports are stored in the science bubble at the end of this module. So that's like over here.
Okay.
What do you mean by rituals?
You are shown a room in the barracks. It's the security chief's room. You can see all the nice things. There's like things on the walls. And then you see Now, there's not much to see here that's a ritual. But you see an open door that goes to an area that's clearly supposed to be a secret place. Because it's like the bookcase, it's the bookcase door. I need to pull up some information here because I have specific notes on what goes on in that room. Here we go. You see a room where there's very clearly a large circle drawn on the wall, and you see like a bit of a sphere stick out. So there's something in that room. It might just be an art exhibit, truth be told. It's very geometric.
Oh boy.
Well, seems that the
Excuse me. The room has an atmospheric. It has circles drawn, not like the outline of a circle, and it has an atmospheric lock on it. It's one of those blue shields you see in Star Wars, where it's like the atmosphere stays in now. There's a chance there's a vacuum behind that. Like there's just his secret room is just a vacuum.
Apparently, somebody is into occult stuff here. Nice.
What a strange occult thing that you need a room that's a vacuum. It's
I
probably
don't
just
know.
doing science.
Yeah,
Yep.
You know, he has to make sure his guns still work if he blows out the hull with that gravity gun of his.
Chief of Security was into some weird-ass religious something.
oh, he was just a crazy scientist.
Exactly. Don't worry about it.
So, where should we go? Barracks? Giant man?
There's definitely something going on in the barracks, and there's cool guns and armor there. The science contains
Space.
probably a lot of like medical logs, and in the engineering holds you will find a giant. And there's the other airlock where you'll find the spaceship.
Space.
Yeah, I think we probably don't want to mess with the spaceship.
Yeah.
And
It probably
Yeah,
wants
we
a
probably
carrot.
want to get guns first before we do.
Yeah.
as a
Spaceship.
doctor, I probably want to go to the science bay.
Yeah, let's go to the
records there.
let's go to the corridor of death first.
Can we like acclimatize ourselves to the sight we'll see there by synth on camera first?
Well, like I said, it's mostly just blood smears. It like whatever shot these people there. There's some corpses, but it's like you can kind of take it that it's not that bad. It's just you're not going to lose sanity over seeing this.
This is kind of gross.
Yeah, it's just kind of gross, really.
So we are going through the greenhouse again.
You might want to do something because he looks very unwilling to do that. He's like, I'd rather do the spacewalk than go into that place ever again.
Yep.
Can we do the spacewalk from this side?
Yeah, there are multiple like airlocks around the ship
Oh.
to facilitate around the ship travel.
Okay, fine.
Technomancers out there.
I just think that our dear doctor isn't that good in zero gravity, so
The AI informs you that if your assistant requires some medical drugs to control his psychosis, the science high lab contains plenty of drugs.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe we should go first. Then.
space laudanum or something.
Space opium and space cocaine for the cough.
Yeah.
Space Ambien.
Okay. Let's-
Space aspirin for space headaches.
All
So-
medicine just has space attached to it.
I mean, if it's from space, it's good.
Space or Neo.
Space band-aids.
All right, kids. Do what you need to do.
Let's go to the science bubble then.
Yeah, close enough.
You head over to the science bubble. At a certain point, you see all kinds of graffiti, and it's like, that's amateur hour. And it tries to play it off as like, we're cool dudes. And they use rulers and stuff to draw these weird graffiti lines. It's like gangsters trying way too hard. And it's kind of cute.
They're scientists. Chances are they're nerds. They're not down for this stuff.
You can just imagine them standing there with like the devil horn gesture, like, yeah, we're cool, yo.
And freaking using a ruler to draw this.
The science bubble itself has two main elevators that will take you down to different places. The floor you enter on is the general practitioner's office. You can just see the drug-lined shelves and like basic medical equipment such as some scanners, It's like a nice doctor's office, but decked out a little more than it should be.
Doctor, do your doctor.
Give me the news.
Find him the space drugs.
Yeah, I mean, one step definitely find the stuff we need to, at the very least, calm Adrian down, and also, find out if there are any records or anything here.
Yes. There is a floor for like morgue, a chemistry lab, that kind of stuff, so. Alright. What do you think of your particular skills would be most relevant for finding A, drugs, or B, information?
I mean,
Library use is very applicable for the information, but
library use, medicine, science, pharmacy.
whichever one of those you think will help you the most with all these weird drug names,
I mean, we're looking for medicine, so I'm going to say medicine.
go nuts. Shoot me in the leg. Oh, wow.
Nah.
Well, with a heart, you are able to identify, like, there's some stims here that are for, like, I'm tired. I need a nap, mommy. But then you find, like, the good stuff. This is, like, behind lock and key. You'll have to smash the window or break or pick the lock or something. But inside are, like, these bottles, and you know exactly what those yellow bottles are. Then there's some blue bottles. Those blue bottles are a special drug. If you take them, you can sort of suppress fears and phobias. But it's not a smart idea. The other one is, we'll just say it restores your sanity. It numbs experiences, but it also has some severe drawbacks. It's like, you need to stay sane now stuff for, like, soldiers in shock.
Right. So, definitely the you-know-what stuff.
You need to, like I said, this is in, like, a locked glass cabinet.
Well, yeah, we're gonna bust it open.
You want me to open that for you?
Get a beef boy.
Um,
Okay, do I even need to roll?
No.
Yeah.
You can just throw yourself at it.
It's just glass.
Yeah, it's not the sturdiest glass. These punks thinks they've got this place on lockdown. Yes, you can get the drugs for your
I'm
brain.
definitely gonna
Brain drugs.
load up on as much stuff as I can carry.
You have enough uses to last the whole adventure.
Hell yeah.
Always open up, you're surrounded.
And then probably, medicating Adrian a little bit to deal with the space madness.
So what do you give him? Do you give him, like, the shock treatment or the phobia suppressant?
I mean, would he be in shock from this? I mean,
Well, the shock treatment is
had
more like it
one-
restores sanity points. It makes you more sane by reducing the emotional impact of memories and the environment.
yeah, that sounds like the most applicable to the situation. Had a bad experience, and that bad experience is very much weighing on him because he
Yeah.
has a very low
The
sanity.
downside of this stuff is that it also makes you extremely stoic and a little creepily optimistic.
Well, we're going to need a little bit of optimism with the bullshit that we're probably going to be have to pull. So I think that's a trade-off I'm willing to make.
Okay.
Open up.
You administer the injection into his spacesuit special, like, you need to give someone a shot right now port. After a couple of moments, your good friend has, like, this really dull smile on his face. He feels so much better. He feels so much better. Roll me 3d10.
Me or him?
Oh, he has to roll this. Or whoever
Was it-
thinks it's relevant. This is like the sanity restoration part of it. You restore 20 points of sanity as you feel a lot better about yourself, but you take a penalty die in every mental check you make for a while.
I restored 6 points.
No, you can go over whatever your original maximum is. This is like
Ooh.
mind-numbing stuff.
Oh, neat.
So he can take a punch to the brain now. But his brain works a bit not as good, though.
Yeah, so basically like me here, IRL. Yay.
He can pretend to be human now.
Alright, let's go, gang.
Yeah.
Like, when I say, like, creepy optimism, I mean, like, you're looking at, like, someone melting an ass, and he's like, well, at least it wasn't fire, right, gang?
Great.
Things are
Good
looking up
friend.
for us. We're not dead, but he is. And he's dying so slowly. Look at his screams of agony. They're great.
It's like that one
scene in.
And he picks up like the hand and he holds out. It's like, hand it to him, right? Yeah.
Great.
Hey, you didn't do the thumbs up. Come on. It's
Yeah,
obligatory for a
like he is unable to be optimistic about the situation.
He's waving at you.
Well, you've treated your friend. There is an airlock at the bottom of this medical lab that goes somewhere. If you wish to take an airlock someplace.
Well, those were our options, wasn't it? It was use the airlock to kind of scoot around the hell corridor, or just go through hell corridor.
Okay, do I have like a safety cord so that I can tether Dave so that he doesn't float off?
I mean, you can definitely tether someone to yourself, yes.
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
I'd appreciate that. I would rather not.
I don't know why you're so
Sandra
scared
Bullock
of this hell
situation.
corridor. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Listen, when a place is full of a whole lot of bodies, chances are those bodies got there somehow, and I would not like to join them.
There's no one alive who can shoot the guns.
If he says he's not good at spacewalks, then I'm helping.
Well, if he's tethered to you, he doesn't have to make any checks because, you know, he's just kind of following along.
Yeah.
Why are we going through a space log? I don't mind, but
You need to go to a big scary place full of a lot of guns. You like
Yeah,
guns, don't you? Guns
ooh
good.
yeah, ooh yeah, guns go boom.
Yes,
Mhm.
you'll be able to play with them when we get there.
Yeah, but don't we just go through the green room there?
It's being cleaned. Eventually, at some point. So we're gonna have to go the long way.
Oh, okay.
Oh
What do
yeah.
you say? I say, Doc.
When we pass back... Oh, okay. So we are not passing back through the bridge. Okay.
Is that something you wish to
Airlock
do in
in
the
the
bridge?
science problem.
Because honestly, it's probably a pretty good idea to like deploy cleaners, robots. Hope the AI can do that.
Yeah, I can definitely deploy some Roombas.
Yay, let's.
Yeah.
Release the Roombas.
Release them.
Unable to show the whole piece of unexpected errors appeared. Never forget what? I wonder what it says. Anyway, Roombas are deployed and the corridor is being scrubbed. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Which means that in like half an hour or so it'll be clean.
Yay.
Do you wish to wait half an hour?
Now we'll go through the airlock to the other places first, and then we won't be just waiting. Okay, so
Let's go say hi, hello to the space dragon.
It's in the other airlock. Let me get it straight. This is where the dragon is located. This is just an airlock that leads outside.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to deal with that. We're going to cross that bridge when we get to it.
no. I want to say hello to a space dragon.
All right, kids. Where do you wish to enter? And who is going to clamber around?
Whoosh.
So the ship on the outside has like all these like little handholds and grapples, so it's not too difficult to move around the outside if you take it nice and slow.
yeah.
So you can go to wherever you want to. The lines on the map tell you where the exit points are. So pick a point and kick the door in.
Okay,
So-
so we could be going to the armory, which is all the way over there then.
Mm-hmm. You head on
So
over
we
to
could-
church.
So we could pass through the crew quarters first to shorten the spacewalk.
Might be a
Yeah.
good idea.
Plus, we should probably check that place out anyway while we're over here. That way we don't have to like run all the way back through the ship to check out one last corner.
Cool.
Yeah.
So to the crew quarters it is. You head on over. So drag your token. Oh, going to the airlock?
I don't know.
No. Crew first.
Oh.
Gonna go from science bubble to the bridge, activate the cleaning robots.
Oh,
Go
right.
to the crew, and then
Can
go out
everyone roll me
hatch.
some spot hidden as you walk through the crew quarters, which is mostly just a hallway leading to the emergency hatch at the end. So no, nothing will happen. Trust me.
Oh, is this a mental check?
Yes, you're a little distracted.
Yep.
Who the hell put the quadratic formula on the wall?
So yeah, I'm pretty sure we got whatever it was.
Oh, I'm not rolling to see if you saw it at all. I'm rolling to see who sees it. As you walk through,
69
Torlov
nice.
looks off to the side and sees a moving figure.
Oh, hello.
Ambiently lit, like the people in the, the airlock going up to that.
Oh, another
craft.
hologram. Okay.
No, this thing is clearly moving.
Oh.
It might be a
yeah,
hologram,
well,
though. Who knows? Its face is weird and distorted. It has unusual proportions. It is easily several times even your size, really. It's like hunched over and awkwardly moving through. Its long, bony arms grabbing at anything nearby and pulling itself forward.
So I'm just going to be trigger happy about it. 'Cause I'm on edge.
Good call.
Unless someone wants to stop me.
Like you suddenly see your friend grab for their gun, you hear the zing of the thing charging up.
So anyone stopping me, or do I just roll shoot? Because, wow,
They come in peace, shoot to kill, shoot to kill.
this doesn't
Hey.
look peaceful at all.
I'm like the only other person that saw it, right? So I'm definitely saying just blast whatever the hell that thing is.
Well, I'm not hitting anything ever apart. It's only like 2 points off. Can I spend luck?
Sure.
Okay, so how do I do it? Do I just
You,
decrease?
you decrease
my
your
luck?
luck by 2, and then you hit it.
Okay.
You hit it. Now, good news, you hit it. Bad news, the way this creature works. Well, first it gets to roll some dodge, I guess. The way this creature works is quite fascinating, because, okay, so the green one, right? Okay, great. So that's just not working, huh? Okay, you hit it. The problem is, you don't hit it, because it doesn't seem to obey the laws of physicality in any way, shape, or form. Like, lights
Nice.
shine through it and don't affect it. It doesn't cast a shadow. It doesn't cast a reflection. But it clearly exists, and it's moving towards you. It does take 1 point of damage from your attack. Beep. And then you start to see weird warping of the environment directly around you. And I'm going to need a sanity check from everyone that is witnessing this creature, which is probably everyone because you shot at it, and everyone's attention is drawn to it. So please gulp. Critical!
Ooh, the crit.
Ooh, we have a failure from Adrujim and our good friend. Good news! I'm going to roll some sanity. Wait, that's inflict sanity. Where did I put the numbers for their sanity cost? It doesn't matter. It's hella spooky. Did I really not? I guess I got mixed up when I was looking at this. We'll just use this for this. Damage. Oh, cool. It did some stupid things there. Everyone who succeeded takes 1 sanity point. Loses 1 of those. Everyone else loses 12.
Oof.
Oh,
As this creature
12.
just...
Jesus Christ.
You... Ooh.
I mean, this is a
so,
big scary monster.
The thing you notice is that its hands grab onto things, but they also go through things. And you start to feel the vacuum of space approaching you as it does this.
oh yay. Well, I'm temporarily insane.
I'm going to say
Again.
that everyone has the same insanity, which is get the hell out of there.
Yeah, change of plan. Let's fucking leave.
with no regard for proper airlock procedures. I'm gonna say that critical technically lets you suppress it, but you know you have it. It's like you are able to push it aside. We have better things to settle right now.
Yeah, like I rolled a 1 on my sanity roll, so do I even take that 1 point of damage?
Sure, we'll say that as a critical, you're too focused on your gun to be spooked.
Hey, the space dragon is coming to us. Ha!
That is not the space
Oh, no.
dragon. It doesn't have any
Oh.
wings. It's more like an emaciated monster man.
Oh, hey. A fellow is coming to say hello.
Okay, well, shit, I didn't do anything. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here.
I also have to roll an
Yes.
check or what? Yeah.
All right, friends.
Whoops.
Holy crap, a fumble on it. Take your 12, Francis.
No, that was the... You already took the 12, now
Okay. In that case,
see whether-
Francis is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right.
I'm also close to indefinitely insane now.
You should probably run.
Yeah. We shot it with the big gun, didn't do anything. Let's get fucking daddle.
Yeah. Whisk fucking daddle.
All right. I need to just double check everyone's movement speeds. Cool.
7.
Excellent. Okay, we got 2 6s. You really might want to book it. This thing moves at times as if it obeys gravity, and at times if it doesn't care that it exists at all.
Yeah, let's.
You make it to the airlock, and beep, 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 beep. Now, one of you is panicked and is probably going to... Oh, you're going the other way. Cool.
Which way are we going? We're going
There's an airlock over
faster?
here, too, and that was, like, shorter to the barracks.
Yeah.
So one of you in there says, like, beep, 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 and the airlock opens up without you following proper safety procedures, so the whole place is just decompressing.
That's fine.
You notice the creature is completely unaffected by the fact that the air is getting sucked out, whereas you are feeling the immense pressure. Is Adrashim, you are doing as you should and keeping morale high.
Did I
I'm
also
starting
get
to
now? Did I also get now points in the mythos skills or
Yes,
skill or how
you
does
get
that work?
5.
Okay.
Okay, everyone needs to roll me some zero gravity as you are floating into space. There is no good way to exit an airlock that's decompressing like this. And you don't have time to wait.
We all float off into space and die.
Roll credits.
Yeah, okay, just before time, we're done for today. GG.
And so... Well, I mean, it's an appropriate ending, isn't it? It's an appropriate ending, isn't it? And it's about time. So yeah, we could just end it here with this as like everyone is sucked out the airlock in a panic as this thing that seems to be unharmed approaches them.
Open end, I like it.
Who knows? They might be alive out there somewhere.
Clearly, I can navigate through everything. No, I can't.
I can navigate us to the stars, and you like pointed at the one black spot in the sky.
Oh. Maybe Thoralf can use his hand cannon as a to propel himself back to the.
That's a pushing roll, yes.
Okay, so do you want me to like re-roll this?
A pushed roll is a re-roll, but if you fail, the things go much worse.
Okay, I mean...
Thorolf
Can I
manages to stop.
spend 2 luck to make it hard?
You not only manage to stop yourself from spinning, but you can take an action that you think will help your friends also get corrected.
What do I even have? Like I mentioned a tether to David.
Okay, if
So
you're
I presumably have like a tow cable with me.
cool. If you're tethered to someone else, then yes, you would also help them correct for now.
Yeah, I just don't know if I have like a tow cable I could toss to others.
A thing you notice now that you're back to normal, and I assume one of you is at least like looking back at the hatch, the creature seems to like grow invisible wherever as it goes into space, and then it's just gone.
Okay, well that's good.
I hope it's
It
gone,
wasn't
and
even
not just
real then. It just disappeared because it was a hologram in the shape.
It was more like it couldn't be visible where there is no air.
No, I hope it's gone, and not invisible.
Okay.
Gone.
Well, you have one person who's somewhat stable, who is able to activate their spaceship's little emergency thrusters.
Yeah.
You take some time to get everyone to the ship where they can hold on to their dear life and take a few minutes to calm down and regroup.
Yeah, so we are clinging to the outside hull.
Yes, you are clinging onto the little maintenance ladder rungs that are attached to the ship that let you climb around safely. So what's the plan, kids?
We see if any of the experimental guns in the armory, like the gravity gun, can deal with the weird hologram stuff.
If anything can deal with the weird hologram stuff, it's a big-ass gravity cannon that turns people to paste.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah, maybe it can even turn a hologram into paste.
or
It's always a
we,
good idea to have one.
or we
Or
open
we
all
could
the
just-
Balmore
airlocks.
had something to say.
Or we open all the airlocks and let the air out.
It seemed to
Oh
work.
yeah,
Yes.
that's better. Yeah.
just gotta air out the bad juju in the ship.
Yeah.
Or a third plan. We go back to our initial airlock across the top of the ship and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that's also a nice plan. I was thinking.
I mean, don't you want to meet Mr. Giant?
No,
Maybe he can tell you that you need to get the hell out of here.
no.
I mean, did the AI say that the giant was hostile or not? Like,
She said that if you had asked, all she would have told you is that the giant just kind of shot at nothing. But it didn't seem particularly hostile to people because no one was around to be aggressive too. It did ignore the AI's request for identification because it was moving into the engineering quarters.
Apparently, I was wrong. I am indefinitely insane.
Yeah, so we have like two people which are not feeling real well, so how about we just book it? to
Just
the
give
ship?
him some drugs, man.
No, let's just
Give him a squirt.
let's just book it to our ship and continue skedaddling. There's these holograms around here. We don't know how to deal with them.
Doctor, what is our health condition? What do you
Shit.
think?
Well, physically speaking, you're fine.
yeah. I had two people that have gone almost entirely mad. And we're
Yeah.
also flailing our way through outer space.
Yeah. I think we have enough to report that this entire ship should just be blasted out of.
Dump it into the sun.
Yeah, just dump it in a freaking black hole or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it came from there, so just go home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Balmore had
Yep,
something
yep.
to say.
I am wholeheartedly agreeing with this plan of blasting this thing out of space. Yes.
After all, shooting is great.
Yeah.
Okay, so how's our progress of tracking atop the ship? The outer
Unless you
hull?
decide to do something stupid, like rush it a little too quickly. Like if you're rushing it, these rungs are not that secure. But if you take it nice and slow, you can use them and make it all the way to the airlock without any hassle. And
Yeah,
push
so
it somewhere
let's-
else.
How about we just do then?
Yeah, just a half a kilometer.
Yeah, it's a bit of a climb. During which you see the top of the ship, where indeed at least one section got an issue with a gravity gun because that's a big hole. And then you see the greenhouse.
Lovely.
Hi, greenhouse.
Yeah.
Bye,
You get the
greenhouse.
jitters seeing this massive lump of pure evil.
Memories.
What a thrill.
Otherwise, there is nothing that
Dark
truly happens as you make your way
environment
to the airlock
for the space.
of the SS Big Butts.
What a thrill.
I mean,
I'm searching.
I
There-
think after we found out that they like to swim in the ship, the name kind of makes sense.
You make it to
Yeah,
your ship.
so we climb a ladder for half a kilometer.
Well, it's more like you're dragging yourself along the ladder so that you don't float into outer space.
Yeah. So we sing Snake Eater doing so.
You know what?
You bet you're right.
Yes, sure. You try to keep morale high with a song.
Not for honor. For you. I'm a big guy. I'm still in a dream.
Moon's haunted. We need to shoot the moon into the sun.
It's the only solution.
The only solution. As you make it back to your ship, do you take any other steps or just like look, go, 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 go?
We take proper steps to actually manage to. Do we want to? Hey, Dave, you wanna give Francis some of this good stuff so that he can go through the procedures because he's the pilot?
Yeah, probably. He
Navigator.
does.
Oh yeah.
rather-
At least he'll be
Well-
like, this is the captain speaking. Good news, we're flying straight into the sun. Bad news, I heard it's a bad thing. But I don't trust
How
that
about
guy.
you fly straight to the port on the planet?
Yep, let's go make a report and get paid.
Alright.
Get our bigger guns to be able to shoot this entire thing to Kingdom Come.
As you make your way back, your report is short, sweet, and succulent. Ship in terrible condition, beyond repair. Terrible dangers and leaks for the local environment. Recommendation,
Yeah.
blasted out of the sky.
Yeah, I have body cam footage.
Destroy.
Yeah.
You have the footage of like someone stabbing a needle in your friend and jamming him full of high quality military grade drugs.
Which we needed.
Yeah, he needed
Blur
it.
my face in that. I don't want to go. I don't want to
Like
lose my
we
medical
have
license again.
footage of like the holograms and the talk with the AI and footage of the thing that they shot at and didn't do shit.
Well, that's it.
Also,
This is
Francis and Arjim ask for some needed vacation.
I think everyone's gonna need some much needed vacation.
Yeah.
America can, should, must, and will blow them. Cool. And with that, the chapter closes with the SS Big Butts.
Yeah.
Shit's
which is
The
fucked.
rest- Ship is fucked, the rest will be a mystery.
It's you don't get paid enough for this shit.
Abort
We did-
mission.
We did the thing that most people in horror movies probably should do. Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like we almost floated into space and died, and we barely survived. So how about we just don't?
I
Push our
mean,
luck.
to be fair, there may have been things that would have happened that would have made it impossible to escape.
Yeah.
So hey,
Yeah, we have monsters that can phase through walls.
So. Yeah.
yeah, but it could do much more than just that.
Of course.
If you like oxygen, you'll hate this guy.
Mhm.
Doctors hate him.
God, he sucks.
Oh well. Well, that was great. You all managed to pull a survival horror movie where nobody dies.
Hooray.
Yeah, we
Except
managed to
all the-
play survival horror movie that lasts like 20 minutes because it just peel out of the second monster.
If they ever make a
They did
movie out of this,
everything
they
right.
they insert like 1,000 more scenes and like a love triangle.
Okay, next time we will do the usual mistakes. First we will split up, then the first guy gets eaten, and then
Then you find the
we
corpse and you're
don't
like this.
abort at the
You find the corpse and you look around for like 2 minutes on who might have done it, and then you just go back to normal.
You know, honestly, if we didn't find like the plant zombies and stuff, we probably would have split up. Like, hey, how about Dave goes to the science and
Yeah.
goes to the armory and stuff.
And Scare.
But
And Shaggy and
stuff put
Scooby
us on
check
edge
out the
first,
haunted
so we didn't do stupid.
I mean, the zombies were still fine, but that weird warp thing there, no, 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 no.
I mean, when we shot the zombies, they died. When we shot the big spooky long boy, it didn't die.
He
Yeah.
took
I
one
like the way you think. It's like an American would
He
think.
took 1 out of 30 damage.
30, Jesus
To be
Christ.
fair, it's not impossible. You just need a plan. Like with all Troy, you need a plan, and be ready for that plan to fail. Oh well. I'm kind of sad that you didn't get to the real juicy bits, but you know that's not what these stories are about. They're not about getting the satisfaction of the juicy bits. They're about the way things go.
Yeah, they're about the disappointment of dying horribly.
Yeah,
PK the person definitely wanted to check everything out.
they're about the hubris of
David,
man, which sometimes means filling out your tax forms and going to bed early. Good job, everyone. If I had to grade endings, this is like the E ending. That's like, yeah, you technically won, but
This like the NetHack ending where you go back up the stairs on the first level.
it's
without
E.
even-
It's like D ending is like you died, but E ending, which is for some reason graded worse, is like the one where you live. Because the game is mean like that.
It's not a game over, but it is a bad end.
I mean, technically, you defeated the evil in a way. I guess technically everyone, but you didn't. But you didn't find any of the lore that our writer spent like 8 hours that no one's ever gonna read.
Didn't make all the good choices in the end.
Does it?
like this.
I mean, he is basically not winning, but more like not losing.
Wait, what?
I mean,
Neutral ending.
yeah,
It's the mixed bag ending.
you really didn't win, but at least you didn't lose.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The only winning move is not to play.
At least we didn't get to the I have no mouth and I must scream ending. That's good.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Next time we're gonna go back to Pathfinder as usual.
Had a little intermission.
Just to,
I must say, it didn't really help that my starting sanity is so low that the first real sanity loss instantly puts me temporarily in insanity.
Yeah, like,
he'll be scared of plants for the rest of his life.
To be honest,
Or at least for like a year of therapy.
12 sanity damage of that one guy, that is kinda a lot.
Yeah, there is a limit on how much a single monster can do to you, though.
I mean, when you have a reasonable amount of sanity, it's not as big of a deal.
Yeah,
Shit,
I
that
just
too.
happened to about 25.
Like I believe that like fifth, like the average on 3d6 is like 10.5, so like having fifth-ish sanity is the reasonable point.
Which is fair.
Yes.
I had 65, I got 12 from that one guy, 1 from the zombies, so I was at my limit already.
Yeah, that's losing a fifth.
Yeah, that was kind of fast.
Anyway, I think it's time to end the stream because we're just jibber jabbering now. So say bye
Yeah.
to stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye.